Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is January 17th, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the Dow 30, that's DIA, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's resize this and maximize this quarterly chart and see what we see. We see green. The Dow was still looking pretty bullish. I would say looking pretty bullish at all. I won't say very bullish, but it's looking a lot more bullish than some of the indexes, and it's still heading to the upside. It's still looking strong and all. Let's go down to this monthly chart. On the monthly chart, the Dow still looks fairly pretty good on this month. It went to an R1 level, pulled back a little bit off that R1, and we're going to have to see what it's going to do with earnings season coming up here next week. Well, full blast earnings season coming up next week and all the start of it. Maybe that'll be the thing, the catalyst to push us over that R1 level and go higher. We are still above the 9-10 moving average, so we are still in a bull market. So I do kind of expect this thing to continue to go up, 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 and away. Let's go ahead and go down to this weekly chart and see what we see here on this weekly chart. Up on this weekly chart, we can see things are beginning to slow down a little bit. We got a doji here this past week, but this past week was the beginning of earnings season, and it was option expiration. So again, I'm not going to get too crazy about what this doji is. Kind of like showing me at a top, and it couldn't break the top. It didn't look like I don't know why it looked like it did make a higher high. Let me do something. Let me see. I don't know why the high was 496.25. 496.34. So it did make a higher high this week. So again, we did hit all-time highs again. I think this is all-time highs on the Dow. I don't know why my little bubble didn't show up. But look like we did do it again here. Yeah, we did do it again here on the Dow. So the Dow did go higher and gave us a higher high and all. So the Dow and the Russell are the hot indexes right now. The SPY and the Nasdaq are struggling and all to break those highs. But I think, well, the event that can be the thing to push us over that edge is earnings coming next week for the other two indexes. But let's go ahead and go down to the daily chart here and see what we see here on this daily chart. We can see here on this daily chart how this market has been struggling at this top, not really making a crazy high, just a few pennies higher this past week. It looked like it did it on Monday. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is the expiration line, this little dotted line right here. This is what I was talking about, option expiration. So a lot of times on the option expiration, you'll get the market where it may trade kind of tight and a little bit different on those days and all. So that's what I see there. Again, I see us at a top. We should be opening above pivot come next week. And if that's going to happen, and we have an R1 up here above these highs. So let's see if we can get a close above that 497. Maybe we can get a close above 500 next week. So 500 is our magic number here on this index. Can we get above that 500 come next week? And that's pretty much it that I have to share here this week. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. This is Right Side Trader. Have a good one. Bye.